Just couple of minutes, okay. Let everybody join. The link is shared. Let everybody join. Class లో ఉంది. ఇంట్లో అయితే ఎవరు ఉండదు సార్ జస్ట్ మినిట్. In the last class, we did till introduction to cloud computing, and we saw how AWS console looks like, right? Okay, so let's learn more about AWS, and then we'll move forward in the course. So we saw this is how AWS console looks like. Okay, and you can see there are so many services. Okay, so let's understand how it evolved. Okay, it is very important to understand how AWS evolved. Then only you can catch up with the kind of development or the kind of upgrades that happen with AWS. Okay, and you'll understand what is the kind of innovations that are being happening at AWS. Okay, so we all know what is AWS. AWS is Amazon Web Services. Okay, it's a top cloud provider in the market. Okay, it has 200 plus on-demand services. Okay, and these services are extended to individuals, companies, governments, organizations, big MNCs, and all. Everything it is, extended. So let's start. Let's understand how AWS started. Okay, so back then, okay, when it was not, majorly cloud computing, that is where people are coming up. The Salesforce came up with some cloud services. Okay, Amazon also wanted to come up with its own cloud storage service. It had only one idea, which has four major parts to it. Compute. What is compute? Whoever needs a computer for doing something virtually, I should be able to do as an AWS. AWS should be able to give it. Storage. Whenever somebody needs storage space, I should be able to give it. Databases. I should be able to extend databases to my customers and give developer friendly tools so that developers can actually develop applications on using all of this compute, storage, and database, everything, using all of it, create developers develop applications. This is how it started. Okay, so they started working on it, and then by 2006, they have actually launched AWS with only three services. Okay, three main services, which is S3, simple storage. In the last class, I told you I'm going to use two services majorly to show what are it. S3 simple storage service and EC2 elastic cloud compute. And then there is something called SQS, a queue service. Okay, you'll know what SQS is later on. Okay, don't worry, whatever services I am talking about here, just observe how AWS evolved. Ela, rose ki ela, it started somewhere around 2003 and right now it is 2023. 20 years, what has it achieved? Okay, just you need to understand. So in 2007-8, it launched something called Simple DB. And then companies like Netflix, Reddit, and so many companies started signing up with AWS as their cloud provider. And then 2009, they have launched something called VPC, Virtual Private Cloud. You'll understand what it is. By 2010, they have launched all RDS services like MySQL, PostgreSQL, Microsoft SQL Server, and all RDBMS. You might have heard about RDBMS. All those services it has launched in AWS, and by 2010, complete retail sites have moved to AWS. So AWS, no only AWS, Amazon, no, there is a vast network of e-commerce site, right? All those retail sites also moved to AWS by 2010. And then they have launched their first reInvent conference. Okay, so there is a reInvent conference that is going to happen in this November and December. And that is where they discuss on what are new things happening, what are new coming in. For example, this reInvent conference, okay, is much awaited. Why? Because even Amazon is coming up with AI, its own AI service. Okay, generative. So that is where they announce latest announcements. If there are some drawbacks or on everything they'll discuss. They will have multiple set of meetings happening. You can join virtually and then you can listen to it. You will know updates of AWS. Okay, first happened in 2012. And then by 2013, they have started giving certifications. All those certifications that we are talking about, it started in 2013 and they have launched Amazon Workspaces. Okay, and then by 2015, they have clearly emerged as a market leader with more and more innovations, more services, and all. By 2019, with 37% year-on-year growth, accounted for 12% of Amazon revenue. Whole Amazon's revenue, 12% will come from AWS. Right now, it is somewhere around 16 to 18%. Okay, and then by 2022, with more than 200 plus services, 33% market share, AWS is a leader with major clientele like Netflix, Twitch, LinkedIn, Facebook, BBC, ESPN, Adobe, Twitter, NASA, Audi, Lenovo, so many clients. Talk about any MNC, they use AWS. Okay, so that is how it evolved. That is the kind of innovations that happen in AWS. So ఈ రోజు మనం ఒకటి చూస్తాం. Okay, this year we might see something. Next year it will be upgrade. New features will come. New services will come. Okay, so you should be understanding. If you understand how AWS ecosystem works, how management console works, how services can be accessed, even even if new services come, you will be able to understand. No worries. Okay. Just a minute. Fine. So we understood about how AWS evolved in 20 years, how it became a market leader, and how is it. See, it is going to continue as a market leader for a long time, very, very long time. Okay. Why? Because it started at the early stages and it has that advantage. Okay. See, we have explored everything, but we didn't explore this particular thing. Here you can observe there are multiple regions: Mumbai, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo, Canada. Okay, what is this? So you might have observed, you might have heard that AWS is going to start a data center in Hyderabad. Okay, you might have. So if you come down, till now it is not yet completely operational. It is still in that testing phase and all. You can observe Asia Pacific Hyderabad. So what are all these regions that you are seeing? Data centers. This is where AWS data centers are. It is very, very important to know these regions, understand these regions, because whatever you are gonna work, most of the services are just a minute. So whatever services you are going to work on, they are region specific. That means, for example, if you have deployed an EC2 machine in Mumbai region, you will only find it in Mumbai region. Why? Because it means, so EC2 is a virtual machine, right? It is physically there in Mumbai data. As simple as. So most of this are region specific. Even when you are becoming a solutions architect and then designing solutions, you will make sure you design solutions as per regions. Why? Because this is also there. That, see, if an application or data, so as simple as this, just understand, there is 1 TB file. 1 TB file is which is there in S3. That S3 is in Mumbai region. Okay. And there is 1 TB file again in US region. US lo unna S3 lo okay 1 TB. So our bandwidth is 100 Mbps. We are going to download that. You know which gets downloaded first? Mumbai region's data will get downloaded first. Why? Because it's all networking. Okay, it needs to connect with the networking or the data transfer that is happening. It needs to go to US and then come back to us. Okay, it's not what you visualize, but the networking takes time. Okay, ఏదైతే మనకు దగ్గరగా ఉంటుందో that can be accessed more fast. So you have to deploy your application in such a way that okay, whatever application, whatever data, where are your customers? మీ కస్టమర్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళకి ఒక సీమ్లెస్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ కావాలంటే ఎక్కడ పెట్టాలి డేటా, అండ్ ఆల్ యూ నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్. ఓకే, సో ఫర్ దట్ ఫస్ట్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్ ఆఫ్ రీజియన్స్ ఇస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో లెట్స్ గో అండ్ ఎక్స్ప్లోర్. we'll understand AWS infrastructure, how it works. Okay, so AWS claims that the most secure and extensive and reliable cloud infrastructure for you is AWS. Okay, how has it achieved that? Okay, so see, it doesn't mean AWS has only got best infrastructure. Everybody has got their own way of putting it. Okay, see, AWS only does it on land. No, they'll take a land and hire it, rent out a land, and then they'll set up data centers. Okay, you know what? I'll show you. Microsoft even deploys it underwater. It puts its data centers in oceans also. See, like this. In different oceans at different places, they'll put their data center like this. So everybody has got their own infrastructure, but AWS follows something that you need to know, you need to understand. See, what it does is it has 31 launched regions. Regions as in there wherever we drop out, okay, drop down, you can see all those regions, right? 31 launched regions are there. So in that 31 launched regions, okay, where are they? Across the globe. US West, US East, Europe, South America, Africa, Asia Pacific region like India, Saudi Arabia, okay, Japan, China, Singapore, Thailand, okay, and Australia, New Zealand. Across the globe, they have. Okay, across the globe, they have it. And then one question arises. Okay, fine. Okay. So we talked about, in the previous class, we talked about problems with traditional IT infrastructure. What if there is an earthquake? What if there is a fire accident? What if హైదరాబాద్ లో ఒక డేటా సెంటర్ ఉంది. ఆ డేటా సెంటర్ లో మనం స్టోర్ చేసుకున్నాం, మనం వర్చువల్ మెషిన్ తీసుకున్నాం. వాట్ ఇఫ్ that particular data center is caught up with fire? Where does your data go? Okay, so you have that question, right? Everybody thinks of it. Okay, మన ట్రెడిషనల్ IT ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ఆన్ ప్రెమిస్ లో అయితే అక్కడ జరగదా? అక్కడ కూడా జరుగుతుండొచ్చు. సో హౌ డస్ దే మెయింటైన్? సో ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ రీజన్, okay, ప్రతి region, for example, let's take example of Hyderabad where we can connect, so imagine Hyderabad lo ante Hyderabad lo in and around in Telangana they'll have they'll have data centers, and they combinedly call it Hyderabad as the region because of the capital. Okay, what they do, so for example, I know only one data center, I don't know others where they are. Okay, so one data center is near Srisailam Road. Okay, when you go to Hyderabad to Srisailam Road, okay, when you go, there is a data center. Okay, so akkada oka data center, and somewhere around, example, Warangal Road one data center, or Medcell somewhere around. So which is distant. Okay, ఒక్కొక్కటి isolated places లో they create 3 or more data centers for every region, and every data that you put there, okay, you have to decide whether you should have a backup or not. If you decide that I need to have a backup, what happens is your data gets stored in 3 or more regions. 3 or more availability zones. What are these availability zones? Distinct data centers. So if you see 31 into 3, it should be ideally 93, but some data centers like US East 1 and all have 6. So two of the data centers have, so two of the regions have 6 availability zones. Okay, because they are being used more frequently. Okay, so approximately every data center, every region will have 3 or more data centers called availability zones. Okay, you should also be cautious about availability zones. So for example, you deployed a database, okay, in which it's fine, you are deployed it in Mumbai region, but in which availability zone? 1A, 1B, 1C, 2A, 2B, 2C. Okay, where are you deploying? That also matters. Okay, so for this understanding, regions and availability zones is important. The region is the region where the data center is allocated to, and in that they'll have 3 or more distinct data centers, okay, which are called availability zones. Okay, each data center is an availability zone. Okay, and there are, see, these regions are fine, but to enable connectivity across the world. Okay, ఒకవేళ ముంబై రీజియన్ లో ఉన్నా కూడా ఇక్కడ చూడండి, there are so many wide spaces, right? Okay, what they'll do is they'll deploy 400 plus edge location, 13 regional cache. Edge caches are nothing but small data center type of things where networking will be enabled. So ఇక్కడ నుంచి, for example, if I have to explain it simple, okay, there is in Russia, there is no major connectivity, right? They might have regional caches, small caches to enable networking, fast networking. Okay, so this you don't have to worry. Edge locations and 13 regional caches, you won't even know where they are. That is just to enable. So what they have done is across the globe, with 31 launched regions and about 99 availability zones and 400 plus edge locations, they have set up their infrastructure. Okay, and it will be like this. AWS region is a geographical location, a region where there are multiple availabilities. Availability zone is one or more distinct data centers with redundant power, networking, connectivity located in separate facilities. Understood? Okay, Hyderabad region lo you'll have 3 or more availability zones which are connected with low latency resilient fiber connectivity. If you have deployed your application, if you have deployed your data in 3 of the region, 3 availability zones or 2 availability zones, what happens even if one is down? Okay, even if one is down, you won't even know, you will be accessing it from the availability. That is how they maintain their cloud infrastructure. Okay. We all know about this Gartner's quadrant. Okay, see, this quadrant is for cloud infrastructure and platform services. So due to this particular infrastructure that they have developed, you can see, you have to read it like this: challengers, niche players, visionaries, and leaders. Okay, there are many challengers. Niche players, good big players are Tencent Cloud, IBM, and Huawei Cloud. Okay, visionaries, Oracle, and Alibaba Cloud, and then leaders are Google, Microsoft, and Amazon Web Services. What is on the top? Amazon Web Services in the top. When you compare with other cloud infrastructure platform services, AWS is on the top. It is the most advanced cloud platform services. Okay. Why? Just a minute. Benefits of this AWS cloud infrastructure, which is making it a market leader and trusted cloud provider. What is it doing? It is reliable, scalable, secured, cost effective, performance efficiency, and flexible. So, do you know about SLA? Anybody heard about SLA? No, right? Okay. So, if you have any experience, okay, if you start working, you will understand what SLA is. SLA is nothing but do any kind of business. Okay. For example, I am a cement manufacturer. Okay. You come to me and you say that I need 75 bags of cement. Okay. So what I'll tell you is I'll deliver it to you in a week. Okay. So normal ఏం జరుగుతుంది, మాటలతో అయిపోతుంది. అలా కాకుండా you and me make a service level agreement. See, you are paying me, I am giving you service. What is the service? I am delivering you cement. So we have to write an agreement stating that, see, I am paying you this much. Your word is in 7 days I'll get this 75 bags of cement. If I don't get it, this is what happens. So ala prati, so you start working. Okay, you start working in an organization. So your client is the one who is giving you business, right? Your client and you also will make an SLA, service level agreement. What you do is we will deliver project with this all features and all this in 6 months. If not completed, this is what happens. Okay, our service level agreement. Even AWS also does service level agreement with you whenever you create, you don't read it. Majorly what we do is we don't read that agreements and all, what we just apply, agree and we go, right? Terms and conditions. So in that SLAs, I'll tell you two SLAs. One is availability. Whatever data, whatever application you put on AWS, it is available 99.99 times. Until and unless there is a very big issue. Okay, so you might have heard, you might have experienced corona lo unnam kabatti andaram chusam that Netflix was down suddenly in a lockdown period, I guess. Okay, Netflix was down. We were not able to, whenever we are opening Netflix, it is not able to reach the server. We might have seen, okay, I have seen, most of you might have. So it was not an issue with Netflix. It was because AWS was down. So AWS was down for almost an hour. So maybe some issues might happen like that. That is why they signed a SLA of 99.99%. Ante over a year, over a period of year, 365 days, maybe 2 or 3 hours, it might not work due to some issue. They'll intimate you, but it is not giving 100%. Generally, it is 100%, but due to unknown reason, something might happen. That is why they sign 99.99% to their customers if they exceed that. If they are not able to fix that issue, and if it is exceeding that SLA, there will be some terms and conditions. And durable. When it comes to durability, 99.99911 of durability it gives. That means, according to maths, if I can just vaguely tell you, if you store 50,000 files in Amazon AWS, in next 50,000 years, you might lose one file. All your files are same. You will not lose it. That durable AWS. So, ala istundi kabatti. Why is it giving? Because of its infrastructure. It has built in such a robust way that you might not lose it. But some reason, I don't know, due to some unexpected reason, if it happens, it'll actually give you, it'll pay you or something, some kind of terms and conditions will happen. So that is how AWS has built its infrastructure and giving all those services which are required. Okay. So yeah, that is about it. And then what we'll discuss now is about before moving. Okay, before moving, we should know what we are gonna learn, right? Okay, so this we'll learn about AWS certifications. So see, there is high demand for AWS. Average salary in US is around 160,000 US dollars, and in India it is about 5 to 7 LPA. Okay, I'm talking about 1 to 4, 5 years experience people. I know some people who are earning on AWS 1 crore, 1 crore per annum. Architects, okay, AWS architects and all are earning. Okay, but generally I'm telling you, freshers at a freshers level, okay, 5 to 7 LPA is average, 1 to 5 years experience. Okay, and 60% of cloud jobs require AWS related skills. Okay, whatever it is, okay, 60%. If 100 jobs are there on cloud, okay, 60% require AWS because of the market that they have. Okay, and then AWS certification is high in demand, as I told you in the demo. If you have a certification, the chance of you getting picked for an interview is very high. That is why we do certification. So here we are dealing about 4 certifications, which are cloud practitioner, which is a basic foundational one, AWS Solutions Architect Associate, Developer Associate, and Top Admin Associate. Okay, so AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. Okay, this is a foundational one. So my recommendation, don't go there. Because anyways, you will be learning at associate level. Associate level లో నేర్చుకున్నప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ఫౌండేషన్ రాసి ఏం రావు. Why to spend money? Okay, go for aim for associate level. Take your time, learn it from here. Go for associate level certification. Okay, and then 90 minutes, 65 questions will be asked. Here, you are expected to answer basic understanding of IT resources and their use cases in cloud. ఏది దేనికి యూజ్ చేస్తారు. Okay, and then core knowledge on core AWS services. There are some core AWS services. You should have knowledge on that and their use cases, billing, pricing models, security concepts, and how cloud impacts your business. Major small theory and uh, introductions to most of the services. If you know, then you will be able to understood. Okay, and then we start with associate level certifications. Then it is for 130 minutes, same 65 questions. Okay, but here when it comes to certified solutions architect associate, here there are 4 AWS services like compute related, storage related, network related, database related, and all. You should have complete knowledge on those. I mean, complete as in you should know how to access them, how to deploy them, how to manage them. You need to have knowledge in deploying, managing, and operating workloads. Okay, by implementing security and compliance. And then you should have knowledge on 2 things. Not only from the console, you should also be able to do it from the command line interface. From command line interface also, you should be able to do it. Okay, and majorly, if any technical requirement is given at associate level, not at professional level, but at associate level, small applications and all, if they give you the requirement. So, for example, I'll tell you, I have a Python microservice application where I'll be using storage service to store all the files, and then database. Okay, my database would be more of read specific, less write specific. In that way, I'll give you some technical requirements. So what you should be able to do it? Oh, okay. He needs a storage space. Okay. According to his need, S3 is the right option or EFS is the right option. Okay. He's talking about database. Okay. It is more read specific. Let's go ahead with MySQL. Okay, in that way, if some technical requirement is given, you should be able to give the architecture. Okay, okay. In this cases, this service can be used. Alanti knowledge, then you'll be able to pass this. Okay, and then there is AWS certified developer. Okay, ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే it's mainly for developers who actually know how to create. If you, so I would strongly recommend this only if you know any programming language and you are able to develop, then you can aim for this. This is okay. See, simple ga cheppalante, this solutions architect associate is mainly focusing on AWS. AWS లో ఉండే రిసోర్సెస్ గురించి మీకు ఎంత నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంది, ఎలా డిప్లాయ్ చేయగలుగుతారు అనేది ఇక్కడ చూస్తారు. అండ్ వెన్ ఇట్ కమ్స్ టు డెవలపర్, యూ షుడ్ నో హౌ టు డెవలప్ అండ్ ఆప్టిమైజ్ అప్లికేషన్స్ ఆన్ AWS, package, deploy and use CI/CD workflows for those applications. You should know how to secure your application code and identify issues and resolve application issues. Okay, that knowledge you should have here. Okay, and then AWS SysOps admin associate. Okay, here mainly you should know how to deploy, manage operating workloads, how to, how AWS well architected framework works. You should have knowledge on both AWS management console and CLI, mostly DevOps principles, how to, make sure you implement all those solutions using DevOps principles, monitoring, how to monitor, how to make sure apps doesn't crash, and how to set up CI/CD pipelines. Okay, and all you should have knowledge here. So, ఏది select చేసుకోండి. Should I be writing all those code? One certification is enough. So where do I fit it? See, first, before you don't have knowledge. So before that, what I want to tell is, if you want to become a developer, if your interest is to become a developer, go for AWS developer associate. If you are majorly concentrating on cloud technologies only, you're majorly concentrating on cloud technologies and AWS, and you want to become a cloud engineer or someday cloud architect, then go for solutions architect. But if your aim is to become a DevOps engineer, okay, you want to implement all those DevOps tools and also with AWS, and you want to become a DevOps engineer, then go for SysOps admin associate. So you don't have to decide it now. Slowly, once we start learning all of it, you can decide which way to go. I'll also give you question and answers and all practice papers for all these certifications, 4 certifications. You can see, you can explore them, which one can you do it better. You can see and go for one certification. Okay. And also, guys, I just wanted to tell you one more thing also, because you're in the starting stages. Okay. So we have recently started, just a minute. Now, anyways, you are going to stay here for 3 months. Okay, for this course. If you are, so how many of you are scared about writing code? Right? Okay, so what we have done is, we are going to start a new program which is on Python. Okay, what we are doing is, I'll just show you. Okay, so we are starting a program called Python Powerhouse Unleashing the Magic of Python. Trust me. Okay, already actually a demo is done. Okay, I'm going to take a demo again, or I'll share you the video also. I have actually taken a course, okay, a basic course for 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours I have explained how to write Python code. Okay, trust me, you will write Python code like anything. Okay, even if you're scared, from basics will teach you, and it will be so easy. Python is very easy. I'll teach you. Okay, here what are we doing is, we'll start with introduction to Python. Okay, and then slowly we'll teach you basics, data structures and all, whatever is required, how to import, and we'll show you real-time data analytics, how to do. Okay, so, and we'll also teach you complete web development using Okay, Python. Okay. So why Python? Before that, you need to understand why Python is required. Okay, look, Python required. Okay. See, again, don't get confused. If you are concentrating on AWS DevOps, okay, there are few jobs. There are jobs, DevOps engineers and all with minimal coding, you can come up. But it's my personal advice to you. Okay. So what will happen is this is the age of AI. This is the age of AI. You don't know what processes are gonna automate and all. So you you know, right? Okay, last in few weeks, okay, sorry, few months, what happened? Multiple companies, starting from January, multiple companies have fired people, layoffs, complete layoffs happened, and hiring freezes happened. Okay, I was there in that committee. Okay, on whom to fire, whom to keep. Okay, I was there. So imagine I'll give you an example. There is a developer, there is a tester, there is a DevOps. Okay, so what developer does? He writes the code and pushes it. What does tester do? Whatever code is written, whatever application is developed manually or automated way, they'll test it. DevOps engineers make sure. So our company has given a option when they know that they are going to fire in January. Okay, so back then in September, October, or August only, they have given one option. Testers, you need to learn code. DevOps engineers, we only don't want you to work on DevOps tools, one DevOps tools, just one particular Kubernetes and all. I want a whole package. Even if I ask you to develop an application, you should be able. Developers, you should be able to, you are anyways writing your code, you should be able to test and you should be able to also use that CI/CD pipelines and all. Okay, we are giving you 4 months to upskill. Whatever you don't know, just upskill. Just upskill and then come back. Whoever has upskilled, whoever has more and more knowledge and more tools and more, they stayed, that's all fine. Okay, I'm just giving you a real-time example. Okay, maybe 2 months తర్వాత అలా కాకపోవచ్చు. Okay, 2 months తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఎక్కువ jobs open అయ్యి they take, okay, they are taking, it's a that is how it is trending. Fine, but it's always to have more knowledge. So why I prefer you people, anyways we are rolling out, we have many subscriptions and all, but anyways 1 hour మీరు ఇక్కడ స్పెండ్ చేస్తుంది, ఇంకొక 1 hour Python కి కూడా స్పెండ్ చేయండి. Okay, so if you enroll to AWS DevOps already, you'll get it in a very good discount. Otherwise, if you are joining only for Python, it is very costly. Okay, so ila introduce this. Why Python is required is, so Java. Let me give you an example. Java under Java నేర్చుకుంటాం. Okay, Java is only mainly used for application development. Java. Okay, and then all those logics, backend switches. So you have JavaScript mainly for front end. Okay, but there is one particular language called Python. Okay, its use cases are in everything: web development, data science, machine learning, testing, ethical hacking, robotics, AI. So many things. If you know how to write Python code, if you are able to learn Python code, its use cases are very huge. See, Python నేర్చుకుంటే డెవలపర్ అవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. You can become a data scientist, you can become business analyst. Its use cases are in even in testing, automation of testing also. Even if you want to become a crazy tester, if you have Python knowledge, you will be able to excel. So that is what Python is. Okay, why? So its use cases are in so many fields. Even the AI which is happening, chat GPT and all, also use Python for that machine learning. Okay, so that is why Python. So what we do is, we'll start from basics. Slow so first coding ela rayali. See, we'll teach you everything, and by the end of the course, you will be able to do 100. we'll teach you using, and also why it is more useful is మీరు ఇప్పుడే AWS నేర్చుకుంటున్నారు కదా, whatever you are learning here can be directly applied to AWS. You can create applications there. You will have a full package of AWS, and then we'll have 100+ Python exercises to learn. Starting basics దగ్గర నుంచి ఈజీగా 150 to 200 exercises ఒక్కొక్కటి మీరు చేస్తారు కాబట్టి it is very easy to learn Python. Okay, and you will be developing 10 real world applications. Like if you want to do a to-do app, how to generate PDF documents using Python, data analysis and visualization, how to do using Python, how to do data visualization and analysis in Python. Okay, just many things. Student management system you can build. Chatbot, same like your Chat GPT, you can build your own chatbot using OpenAI APIs. Okay, and then మీరు ఒక వెబ్సైట్ తయారు చేస్తే చాట్ జీపీటీకి వెళ్ళాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. అక్కడే ఒక చాట్ బాట్ మనకు వస్తుంది కదా ప్రతి దాంట్లో చాట్ బాట్. మీరే ఒక చాట్ బాట్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకొని అక్కడ ఇఫ్ సంబడి టైప్స్ సంథింగ్ సేమ్ లైక్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ యూ గెట్ ఫ్రమ్ చాట్ జీపీటీ సేమ్ విల్ బి డన్ దేర్. You can create intelligent chatbots. Okay, job application web app, restaurant web app. Okay, so see, for something like this, you want to create a restaurant building system. ఒక రెస్టారెంట్ ఉంది, మీరే ఒక ఓన్ బిల్డింగ్ సిస్టమ్ తయారు చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటే ఎలా? ఓకే, ఒక జాబ్ పోర్టల్ లైక్ స్మాల్ లింక్డ్ఇన్ టైప్, హౌ డు యూ క్రియేట్ అండ్ ఆల్ ఆల్సో వి టీచ్. ఓకే, అండ్ ద అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ వాట్ ఇస్ we are actually looking you for 9 o'clock batch, 9 to 10 batch, and we are starting this Python class from 8 to 10. Okay, so in this 3 months only, you learn AWS plus DevOps, and also, but generally not 1 hour class, 2 hours of class. 1 hour of class for Python, which will finish in 45 days, and then so why this is very important for you is, so we will be mainly focusing on development and DevOps in last 45 days. Okay, in 3 months, in the last 45 days, we'll be actually doing them. By then, if you also join Python class, you'll have very much hands-on experience in developing applications. So once we learn AWS and we also learn Python, in the last 45 days of DevOps and development, you can do wonders. Just not only learn tools like Kubernetes, Docker, Ansible, alagane you can actually develop applications, big real-time applications, and then use those tools to create CI/CD and all. So this is what we are also introducing. Okay, I'll make sure Kavya sent you that class where we had a demo. We had 2 hours of Python basics, how I teach things, how coding is very easy and all. Okay, just go through that class. If you are interested, you are in the starting stages right now, just try to join that also. Have 2 hours of class every day. Join Python class. By the end of 3 months, you will be a full package that you can code, you can write any of the certification. Okay, so generally what is happening nowadays, let me warn you. I know one thing will happen for sure. I'm ready for it. You know what? Whenever I said minimum coding is required for even DevOps, multiple people done. Because there are some institutes, but they are saying this, no coding DevOps. No coding DevOps. Go there. You'll survive only for 1 year, not more than 1 year. Why? Because more and more skills are expected out of you. Let me be very honest. Minimum coding skills are required. Minimum. Why DevOps engineer you go and develop an application, nobody sees. But minimum, at least what coder has written, what developer has written, at least you identify it and tell me where the bug is, what is issue, how do I write a proper code and all. If you want to become a DevOps engineer, you have to do it. See, right now I'm a DevOps engineer. Okay, I use GitHub Actions, I use Ansible and all fine. But what is expected out of me also? What is expected out of me? So whatever applications developers develop, I need to come up with best practices. What is the best way of writing code? How do you modularize and write the code? efficient code. Then first not coding intention, how will I come up with the, see, I am not threatening you that the coding rock with the survive car one. It's always good to have. అసలు ఒక ప్యాకేజ్ లాగా 3 months లో ఒక ప్యాకేజ్ లాగా వెళ్తుంది. What is it? I know the AWS, I know DevOps, I know how to develop applications, I know how to code and all. Nobody can shout. You have many ways of getting it. See, if we learn Terraform, you should go, if you are mainly concentrating on Terraform, you should go as a Terraform developer. Okay. If you are mainly concentrating on DevOps, you need to go as a DevOps engineer with CI/CD pipelines like Kubernetes. Okay, you need to know Docker and all. Fine. What if you know all? You can go into data analytics, you can go into business analytics, you can go into machine learning, you can go into many things. Web development, you can become a developer. Okay, so it's always an advantage to learn a programming language. Okay, so just think, go talk to Kavya. Okay, talk about, you might know how much AWS plus DevOps costs. Just ask her, how much will AWS DevOps Python cost? Okay, and if it is feasible for you, okay, just ask her. If we are already enrolling to AWS DevOps, then also Python give us some discount and all. You can talk, okay, you can talk to the management and she will come up with a figure. If possible, please try to join. Why? Because trust me, you'll come as after 3 months, no one can stop. Because you'll become a complete package where you can code, you can do DevOps, you can do anything. So if you know one programming language, trust me, you can do so many things. Okay. So see, only my journey which I explained from data analyst to the DevOps engineer, senior DevOps engineer, was possible. All those migrations, all one job type to another job type, all those were possible because I know programming language. That is why I could switch. See, ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ లేకపోతే చేయలేమా అంటే డెవాప్స్ లో కొన్ని టూల్స్ నేర్చుకుంటాం పోతాం. You're limited to that. You just have to improve on that, and then do it. But if you know a programming language, okay, that is what. Just talk to Kavya. Okay, she will explain you about the Python course also. Okay, if you are registering, register for 3 or 3. Okay, whatever it is, fine. You talk to Kavya. She will counsel you on that, and you can. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Okay. From tomorrow, we are going to start on major AWS, which is IAM. Okay. Identity and access management, we are going to start. And okay.